adventures of Mr. and Miss Bear. Now, Mr. and Miss Bear have been sent on a blind date together. Mr. and Mrs. Bear didn't really want to go, but turned a penny away, as they both had been single for a long while. So, Mr. Bear, as always, was late. Miss Bear was about 5 minutes early. Mr. Bear turns up 20 minutes late. And turns up to Mr. Bear. Oh, I suppose you're the bitch of eating tonight then. I suppose so. I suspect you're Mr. Bear. Yeah, I am. Sorry I'm late. I was having a banging shit at home. How lovely. Shall we go to the table? I suppose so. Come on then. Can you not slap my ass? I'd rather if you didn't. Right. Well, no, I'm going to slap it anyway. Thank you for that. So, of course, they sat down at the table. Mr. Bear, unable to afford much and being a bit of a cheapskate, decided that to only order one meal between the pair of them. Mr. and Mrs. Bear sat down to their meals. The waitress came along. What would you like to order? Well, because I'm a bit of a cheapskate, I hope you don't mind me telling you this, love. I don't really give a damn. Yeah, and you don't seem that worth it that much. We'll just have an egg. Very good, sir. So the waitress went off and knocked up the food. Mr. and Mrs. Bear decided the meal was very, very good, so the commentator ate it. Mr. and Miss Bear were still sat at the meal talking, Miss Bear was listening to Mr. Bear's drunken gabbering. Well, I think you're gorgeous. I want to take you home tonight. Mrs. Bear was a little less amused by this. Thank you, Mr. Bear. Let's get married. Now, Miss Bear would normally have said no, but due to the circumstances and the short lifespan that they tend to have, she turned around and said yes. Fan-fucking-tastic. So off they went to the wedding chapel. The Reverend comes out. Do you want this man to be your husband? Yeah, sure. Do you, Mr. Bear, in your drunken behaviour, bequeath this red, sexy hot mama to be your wife? Hell yeah! Now give us some loving, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, and here's a big ring for you. Thank you. Okay then? Right, baby, let's go home and you can clean my house. Now move away, Reverend. As Mr. and Mrs. Bear got back to the house, she was instantly lumbered by the mess of the house. Usually alcohol bottles, for some reason a ring, and a couple of dead wives by the looks of it. Oh, I'm guessing that they ate at the restaurant happened to be that. Of course, Mrs. Bear spent all day cleaning. Made a lovely meal. By any chance, did you know what it was from? The restaurant before. And tried to get rid of the alcohol in the house. Mr. Bear comes in one night after 2 months of being married. I've had enough of this. You're me. I clean the entire house and all you do is drink. It's cola. It's cola, for God's sake. It's not bad. It's not bad for you. I don't know what I'm saying next. Mrs. Bear decided she'd had enough of this, so she walked out the house, only to get eaten by the commentator. Mr. Bear followed her out to also get eaten by the commentator. And that's the end of the adventures of Mr. and Mrs. Bear.
But you forgot one thing.
Yes.
What about the egg?
Dun dun dun!